Hey, first grade, it's Mrs. Seals back for our next science lab. So we have finished up our unit talking all about energy. For the next couple weeks, we're going to be talking about something called force and motion. And we're going to start today by talking about one type of force called magnetism. So let's start talking about it. Today we're going to be talking about magnets. And your target says, I can predict and describe how a magnet can be used to push or pull an object. So let's start out by asking, what is a magnet? A magnet is an object that attracts or pulls magnetic materials. Magnets can look different. Here are some types of magnets you might see at school. This one's called a wand magnet. We're going to be using these today. This one's called a bar magnet, and this one's called a horseshoe magnet. So all of them look different, but they all work in the same way. And that's when they get close to an object that is magnetic, it will pull the object closer to it. So what materials are magnetic? Certain types of metals, but not all metals. The most common type of metal that is magnetic is called iron. Steel, nickel, and cobalt are also magnetic. So what are some objects that are magnetic? A paper clip, a binder clip, screws, a bolt, and a nail. All of these are made out of types of metals, like I just named on the slide before, that are magnetic. What materials are non-magnetic? Plastic, glass, cotton or any type of fabric, wood, rubber, and paper. All of these objects are non-magnetic. That means they will not stick or be attracted to a magnet. So here at school, we're going to be doing an investigation with some different objects to see which ones are magnetic and which ones are not. If you are at home and you have a magnet, this is something you could do. See what objects you can find. You can sort them, magnetic objects and non-magnetic objects. You could take a picture and send it to me here at my email address. One thing though we have to be careful with magnets is that you need to be sure you are keeping them away from electronics and credit cards, because magnets can actually destroy them and cause them not to work anymore. Because a lot of people don't know this, but inside of our electronics, things like iPhones, tablets, laptop computers, and our credit cards, all of those things have magnets inside of them. And so if they get too close to magnets like this, it can actually cause them to lose their magnetism. And if they lose their magnetism, they cannot work anymore or work as well. All right. So please make sure if you do this or you are, investigating with magnets at home, that you are keeping them away from electronics or credit cards. Okay. I'd love to see what you come up with. Here at school, we are going to be looking at, I think, 10 different objects and seeing which ones are magnetic and not, and recording it on this sheet. Also, remember, part of our target today is predicting which materials are going to be magnetic and which ones are not. So I'll also be kind of making a guess about what I think. All right, so our sheet looks like this. It's laminated, so I'm going to be recording my answer with a dry erase marker. If the object is magnetic, I'll X off the smiley face. If it's not magnetic, I'll X off the sad face. Okay, so here's my magnet. I got my wand magnet. The first object is a paper clip. All right, so let me get my paper clip. Here's my paper clip. I'm going to make a prediction or a guess. And I think that this is magnetic. I think it's going to stick to my magnet because it is made out of metal. And I think it is a type of metal that is magnetic. So let's try it out. Wow, did you see that? Do you see how my magnet, I didn't even touch my magnet to it. I just got it close and it pulled the paper clip towards it. So that means that my paper clip is magnetic. So right here on my recording sheet, I'm going to circle or X off the one that says magnetic because the paper clip is magnetic. The next one says building brick and has a picture of a Lego. I don't have any Legos in the science lab, so I'm going to use one of these, what we call Unifix cubes that are used in math class all the time. They're just plastic cubes. And my prediction is that this is not magnetic. I don't think it's going to stick to my magnet because I saw in the PowerPoint that plastic is a type of material that is not magnetic. All right, so I'm going to get my magnet close, and it is not pulled towards my magnet. I don't feel my magnet pulling it. It does not stick to my magnet, so it is not magnetic. All right, the next one is a ruler. Here's my ruler, and this ruler is also plastic. I know from the video that plastic is not magnetic. I don't think it will stick to my magnet, so I don't think it's magnetic. And I am correct. It is not magnetic. It is not sticking to my magnet. All right, the next one is a coin. So right here I have a quarter. And I think that this quarter is magnetic. I think it's going to stick to my magnet because it is made out of metal. All right? What? What is going on? You mean that quarters and coins are not magnetic? Wow, you are exactly right. This is where it's important to remember that not all metals are magnetic because coins are metal, but they are not made out of types of metals that are magnetic or will stick to a magnet. Isn't that crazy? So make sure you remember that. That's very important that coins are not magnetic. Wow, totally learned something new today. Coins are not magnetic. All right, the next one is a nail. Got to be careful with this because these are sharp on the end. And I think my prediction is that this will be magnetic because it's made out of metal, and I saw in the video that nails are made out of metals that are magnetic. So I think it will stick to my magnet. And there we go. It did stick to my magnet. It is pulled towards my magnet. And so that means it is magnetic. Good. The next one is scissors. Got my scissors right here. And this one is tricky because I see that part of the scissors are metal, but this part of the scissors are plastic. So I think it might depend where I put my magnet. I think if I put my magnet over here, that they will stick. I think this part of my scissors is magnetic, but I think that the plastic is not. So I think if I try to pick them up with the magnet by here, it won't work. You want to find out? All right, so the plastic part of the scissors definitely is not magnetic. But look at that. The metal part of the scissors is magnetic. Isn't that cool? So this item depends on what part of it you are testing out. The plastic part is not magnetic, but the metal part is magnetic. Isn't that cool? Wow. So on my paper, I'm going to mark this one right here in the middle because it's kind of magnetic, but it's also not, depending on where you pick it up from. Wow, that was interesting. All right, the next one is my pencil. All right, so I have a pencil right here. I don't think that this will be magnetic because pencils are made of wood, and wood is not a material that is magnetic. There is a little bit of metal on the end, so I might try that end and see if that type of metal is magnetic after I try this. So the wood definitely is not magnetic. Let's try the metal. Nope, even the type of metal that is on this pencil is not a type of metal that is magnetic. So a pencil is non-magnetic. The next one is a paper fastener, which looks like this. You might have also heard it called a brad. It's like a little thing. You might use them on an arts and crafts project to kind of hold everything together. I think that these are magnetic. So let's see. Wow, it is magnetic. It is attracted to my magnet. My magnet can pull it and pick it up. It is magnetic. Awesome. All right, we have 2 more objects. Next one is a book. So here's my book. And I'm going to guess that this is not magnetic because books are made out of paper, and I saw in the PowerPoint that paper is not magnetic. So I'm using my magnet, and I do not feel anything pulling or sticking or being attracted to my magnet. So I was correct. Books are not magnetic. All right, and then we have one more, which is the eraser. Here's my eraser. Erasers are made out of rubber, and I remember from the video, rubber is not magnetic. I don't think it will stick to my magnet, and it does not. Rubber is a material that is non-magnetic. All right, so that's the end of our investigation. I hope that you had fun exploring with magnets today. If you have a magnet at home and this is something you do at home, I'd love to see what you come up with. You can sort your objects, magnetic and non-magnetic, take a picture, show it to me. Please remember to keep your magnet away from electronics or credit cards. All right, I hope that you enjoyed that, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.